Hey there, everyone. So today I got to thinking about how in this culture where it is the majority believe that the body is the problem, there are some folks that feel completely justified in ridiculing others who don't measure up to the extraordinary ideal of that staged illusion. And so I wanted to unravel that a little bit today before I do my segment 2 on splitting and how the mass media drives this belief about the body is the problem. So when people believe the body's the problem and also believe visible appearance is proof of discipline, worth, and success, they can actually feel completely justified in judging or ridiculing anyone who does not meet the visual standard. And in that system, appearance outranks reality. So a person could have phenomenal physical strength, strong health markers, emotional maturity, a calm, relaxed nervous system, resilience, wisdom, a much younger biological age, and still be seen as failing because they do not display the right image. And that's one of the clearest signs that the system is distorted. And why is this happening? In a body is problem culture, the body becomes a scoreboard, a status symbol, a moral signal, public proof of worthiness. And once this happens, people stop evaluating health in a full way. They start evaluating visual conformity, image discipline, performance of control, closeness to that ideal out and about in the mass media. And being average in appearance can be treated as unacceptable even if the person is thriving in ways that matter far more deeply. And what does this reveal? This tells us that the system is not truly about health. It's about image, hierarchy, conditional worth, visible proof of worthiness, social status, and control. So if this truly were about health, then things like a calm, relaxed nervous system, sustainable physical strength, emotional and physical flexibility, vitality, emotional stability, and long-term function on the healthy lifestyle marathon would be deeply valued and respected. Yet in a distorted culture, they're often not respected unless the body looks the part. In a culture that treats the body as the problem, visible appearance can outweigh deeper signs of health, which means a person may be judged as failing, even when they are physically strong, emotionally grounded, and biologically thriving if they maintain a passing C-looking body that eats pizza every once in a while. So when appearance becomes the measure, genuine health can be overlooked and even devalued. Not every person in fitness or health spaces thinks this way. That's an important nuance to remember. Though in more conditional and image-driven systems, ridicule can actually become normalized because the culture mistakes visible difference from the ideal as evidence of lesser value. To sum this up, when a culture treats the body as the problem, it often starts treating appearance as the highest form of proof of worthiness. And in that kind of system, people can start to feel justified in judging or ridiculing anyone who does not measure up to the visual ideal. And that reveals something important. The system is not truly centered on health because a person may have a phenomenal mindset, real strength, a calm, relaxed, regulated nervous system, in a much younger biological age and still be treated as failing if they do not look the way the culture demands. That's not a sign of truth, it's a sign of distortion. It shows that visible conformity is valued more than actual well-being. So now, in my segment 2 here on splitting and the body as the problem, I will be doing a deep dive on how the mass media drives this whole belief, this whole loop that we find ourselves unable to escape, and where some of us show up at a gym wanting to lose weight, not realizing that we are hooked into this way of thinking and until we get rid of this way of thinking, there will be no resolution. All right, I'll talk to you soon.